Morning YouTube. For a change, we are now in Holland. We've been to Sittard near the German border, South Limburg, and currently we are in Maastricht. We are going to the Belgian Ardennes, to Durbuy, a very well-known, very small city in the winding roads of the Ardennes. So enjoy the trip. I will switch off my music before anybody can complain. Okay? There we go. And we are on FSD going through Holland and Belgium. My iPhone is a little bit high on the roof. It's a very short stay. I ordered an extension and in a few days I will have it, so that will give you a better view. For the time being, please hang on and enjoy. Wipe a little bit, okay. So currently I've done about 3,500 kilometers with FSD, and I'm totally confident in it. We've just been to a supercharger, and guess what? It parked correctly, almost. I just had to adjust it a little bit to the left to be closer to the charger, because it was a very old and short extension cord, a short connection. But for the rest, the car found its way into the Van der Valk hotel parking, and we charged. And to get out of the parking, I had to interrupt it because it was going into a forbidden direction. But that's all I got this morning. So let's see what it does for the rest of the day. The distance to Durbuy is 94 kilometers and 1 hour 5 minutes. I will probably accelerate the speed of the boring parts. So let's go. Please leave your comments below and tell me what you like and what you don't like in my videos. Basically, I'm just making videos for my own documentation and for my grandchildren to look back in time before the cars were self-driving, how it started. That's it. We are entering the highway now. A2 to Liège. Liège is a city in Belgium called Luik in Flemish or Lüttich in German. And the highways around Liège are very exciting because people are driving very fast. They think they are all Francorchamps Formula 1 racers, and the people living there, I call them the craziest of Belgium. Sorry for the Liège inhabitants, but that's what I experienced. And by the way, today is still the last day of the Formula 1 weekend in Francorchamps. And that's why we are in Holland, because we escaped our cottage near Francorchamps. We rented it, so we had to get out and move to Holland, where we can rent something at a lower cost. By the way, the speeds in Holland are limited to 100 kilometers per hour on most highways, up to 7 o'clock in the evening, and then you can drive faster to 130. There are some main roads where they increase the speed again to 130 during the daytime, but most of them are limited, like you can see here, 100. Currently still in Holland. We will cross the border very soon, and you will see that nothing happens to FSD. It drives all through it. I don't know why the car went left and right. Was there something okay? I didn't get it. It's picking up speed. I allowed 10% speed over the maximum limit, so it's accelerating to 110. I don't know why it's doing that now only, but this is acceptable for me. On the other hand, I want to avoid getting fined here, so shall I decrease the speed to 105? So I manually decrease the speed with the scroll wheel. Now you can see 105 max. It's flashing this sign because I'm speeding. Only 5 kilometers. Now we are in Belgium. This is the Belgian border, and we are in the province of Liège, Luik, Lüttich. So it can drive 120 here. It reset the speed. FSD did not moan about it. It knows FSD is legal in Belgium, as it is in Holland. And now the traffic will become more dense around Liège. And I hope it will not be too crazy, but we'll have to watch the Francorchamps riders here. The would-be Francorchamps riders. We are following the Meuse River, the Maas. The Maas is going through Holland, Belgium, France. So here you can see we can drive 120, but it's staying around 100. I will not correct it. For me it's okay, we are tourists. We enjoy the ride. We are not in a hurry. And we have all the time today to go to the South Belgian Ardennes up to the French border, where we will stay tonight. And tomorrow we go to the very east part of Belgium, again close to Francorchamps, and I will make this video tomorrow. Please subscribe if you're interested in my videos. Although my channel is called FSD Daily Belgium, I'm not really making daily videos, it would be too boring. I'm just making videos when I'm doing a new trip, a kind of different trip. I've been showing my daily trips already, and I don't want to repeat that too often. Now it's accelerating a little bit behind this Dutch van. There is something human in FSD. I guess it will follow the car on the left. Okay, it passes the caravan, several caravans or campers on the right hand side, and we are already driving 115, still within the speed limit in Belgium. You see, it had to pass this Dutch van. That's what I thought. So guess if FSD is a man or a woman. It feels a little bit like a man. But sometimes it feels more like a woman. are still following the Meuse River, the Maas Rivier, and we'll soon be in Liège center with the industrial complex. They had coal mines, steel industry in the 19th century. So speed limit 90. I didn't see it, but FSD did. Highway finished in 500 meters, going to a speed limit of 70. Ah no, that's for the right side, okay. We continue, but it thinks there is a speed limit of 70 here. We are going on the left lane. It's heading to the center. We probably will go off the highway here, yes, because we selected a winding road to Durbuy instead of a highway. So it will become more interesting from here. FSD finds its way, and it's really relaxing on a Sunday, even on a Monday. I like it. 50. It goes to the right. Okay, we are in the near the center of Liège here. And there's an island in the middle of the river to our right side. Actually, these are two rivers, the Sambre and Meuse River. A bit of city driving now. Speed limit 50 all the way. Maybe some 30 kilometers per hour zones, school zones. Although it's holiday now, it's still 30 in these areas. We are going through the tunnel under a bridge. One good thing of FSD is that you don't have to look for your way. Even with GPS, you had to always check where you have to drive. FSD is now just deciding where to go, and you can relax. Let me know in the comments if you are driving FSD and if you find that €100 per month is a good value for you or not. In my case, I bought FSD 2.5 years ago, and I'm very happy that I did. So I can keep it basically till my car has 1 million kilometers on the counter. Let's see how far we go. We are now following the Samber River. Coasting through Liège at 50 per hour. Dutch caravans. Yeah. Pothole, could not avoid it. Say it again. Okay. This was a little bit awkward. It took the wrong lane and it corrected finally over the white line. It sometimes does this, but it does it in a safe way, and that's the most important for me. A white line is a white line, but if the need is there and the safety is guaranteed, okay, we sometimes do the same. It's very quiet in Liège today. I'm surprised. Probably most people are to the south on holiday. Sunday, oh yeah, football, cycling on television. The temperatures are very moderate today, 20 degrees outside. It has been 30 degrees for a long period now, but people are still used to sit inside. BYD dealership. By the way, my wife and me are going to China from August 14 till 28, and we will visit all big autonomous vehicle organizations and companies. That will be a challenge and will be interesting. Please subscribe if you want to know what happened. Entering a faster part on the highway. We are still not in the countryside. Tesla without FSD, accelerating fast, 220. I'm convinced we are living in a very small bubble because I have never seen another Tesla with FSD. People always keep their steering with their two hands wherever I see them. So I'm sure in Belgium, in Holland, not so many Tesla riders are using FSD actually. Of course, there are many with AI3 computer or the FSD3 computer. They still don't have FSD access, and they will get access soon. FSD Lite is going to arrive after America has tested it and after RDW in Holland has verified the capabilities. Then the older Teslas in Belgium and Holland, Denmark and Baltic states will also get it, but we don't know when. It could be the end of the year, could be next year. So now we are coming into a more natural and rural area. The highway will be winding through the hills. It's a nice area. So from here the Ardennes are starting for the rest of the trip. Here's the Dutch van again, and it will probably accelerate to 120 now. Will it follow it? I know it can stand vans, especially not from Holland. It's accelerating to 120 now. Watching to my screen, to the map. My wife was manipulating it and FSD did not like it, so it beeped. I must keep my hands not too far from the steering wheel and my viewpoint must be frontal. I can watch briefly to the right, briefly to the left, but not more than 10 seconds. And this behavior is changing depending on how sure is FSD of what's happening. If it is very confident, you can watch easily to the left or to the right for a longer period, but at high speed like now, 120, it is quite strict and it will beep quickly. It makes sense. So on this trip I did not correct the speed at all, but for those of you who don't know, you can always make FSD drive faster if you think it's too slow, and it will not exceed the speed limit that you have set here. If you set it to 0 deviation, then it will go to the maximum speed that it finds on the road. If you set it to plus 10%, it will go maximum to that speed and maintain it, but it will always adjust it downwards when it feels less confident and when it sees something more complicated ahead. But I think this is a very good and safe behavior. The car in front is getting red because we are getting closer now. So it should basically let the car go till the end of the blue line, and then it knows it's not dangerous anymore. That car can stop suddenly and it has still time enough to stop. Now the car is black, it's grey. But I think it will pass the Dutch van. It will. And then the Dutch van will pass us again. There's a speeding car behind us, so I will press the blinker to the right and I will let it go because it seems quite aggressive. You can see it pass on our left. Yeah, it's... And there's the Dutch van also again. I press the left turn signal and it will follow it again. You see the hills of the Ardennes in front of us. I went to the right again to let some fast cars pass us again. In Belgium, many people are driving 130 when the speed limit is 120, and 130 is just under the limit of 10% where you can get a heavy fine. So for most people 130 is the fixed highway speed. And by the way, FSD will never drive 130. Its maximum speed on the highway is 120, and even there I cannot not exceed it for more than 10 seconds because it will start beeping. And after you exceed it for a longer time, it will present you with a red steering, and then you have to take over. give it a bit more throttle to pass the van on our right side, and it maintains 120. That's what I mean. You can always adjust the speed when it's too slow for you. Now it will maintain the coasting speed at 120. But if you just let it go, it will do whatever it wants, and sometimes it's slower than what you like. You see a lot of Dutch cars on the roads here because many Dutch people are going on holiday, but many also stay in the Belgian Ardennes because they like hills. As they don't have many hills in their own country, they come to Belgium for a weekend, for holidays. Many of them have a summer house in Belgium. Many Dutch snails are also on the road, so they have their house with them. With the caravan, you get everywhere. Our destination is only 25 kilometers from here in Durbuy. We'll take a short break then, and our video will stop there. But this afternoon I will continue from Durbuy to Bouillon, and I will make it a separate video. And that will be much more winding because we go through country roads. This road here, highway, is less interesting for you. Rain again, and the wipers are doing very well. I have the impression since FSD was introduced that the wipers are really working when they should and not when they are not needed, because the cameras are really used continuously to drive. Passing another caravan from Holland, of course. Okay, we cannot pass because we have to go to the right in 500 meters in the direction of Huy. From here the car will take a secondary road, N66, it's a national road, through the forest, maybe a little bit more interesting for you. There we go. Maximum speed 70. By the way, interesting is that in Wallonia, the French-speaking part of Belgium, the maximum speed on country roads is 90, while in the Flemish area, Flanders, the maximum speed is 70, unless indicated on the street. And there are not so many streets with 90, because Flanders is basically one big city. In Wallonia there is a lot of more nature and open spaces, long roads. Look, here is 70 is finished. That means from here 90 is allowed. The car detected it perfectly, but it ramps up very slowly, and for me it should not reach 90, but okay, I will let it go. But if we don't drive 90, the cars will pass us. Adapts the speeds very well to the roads ahead, to the bends, and there is a 90-degree bend coming up soon. After the next straight it will probably slow down to 50. There it is. And you see 50 is the target speed in this bend. There's a sporty car behind me with a stripe all over it. It will probably pass us in the next straight. See, this is what I promised you. Winding roads through the Ardennes, through the trees, through the villages. Maximum speed is 90, but it still keeps a safe pace of 70. The Dutch people also keep it slow, but the car behind me wants to go. He's a local. The problem is that no straights are coming. it's always winding. You see nice panoramas. Another tight corner. I could push the accelerator pedal, but I will not do it. I enjoy the ride as it is. This is not the way I was driving before. I was a motorcycle rider, basically. And yeah, for me, it was always a matter of driving as fast as I could. Now I'm 71. I think in a different way. Finally. Tight corner, and then the next one as well, even more tight, smaller radius. It's going to 40 because there are roadworks. And the car behind me is patient, but he's driving very close to me. That's the tight corner. And now we have a long straight ahead behind the next bend, and I'm sure the following car will overtake me. It slows down now. Now you have a chance. I think FSD is only enjoying the winding roads here, so it's not speeding. It just relaxes. And that's fine. Durbuy is to the left. And 86 National Road again. And right ahead you see an American police car. Yeah. The county police. What is it doing there? Just a collector's item imported from America. 70, and now 70 is finished. We are back to 90, straight line. Soon this road will start winding again after the village of me. Wat zie je?
Village of Me.
Wat?
Village of Me, zeggen jij.
Dat noemde me.
Ja.
M-Y. En C. We are back in the winding part of the route. Let me know in the notes below if you feel confident in these winding roads or not. I do. Here's the village of Sy. S-Y. The Dutch people are going to visit the museum. There has been a battle in the 1790 years, Austrian period. When the Austrians were still reigning over Belgium, before the French took hold. We have been occupied by many nations in our history. And there is a very sharp bend here. There is a fortress on top of the hill. Sharp, sharp, sharp. And for the next stretch they warn us of falling rocks. So suddenly a boulder can roll in front of the car, and I wonder if the car would see it. Probably will. Because it sees pigeons, it sees rats, mice, cats, dogs, deer. Why not stones? As long as it's moving. You imagine the speed here, 90 kilometers per hour. Some people do it, yeah. With screeching tires. There you see motorcycle riders coming in front. Yep. It's a real fun area for motorcyclists. Winding, winding. And now we are in the village of Bomal. We are very near to our destination, Durbuy. It's one of the main attractions in the Belgian Ardennes, as well for the food, as for the hotels, as for attractions. Another Tesla keeping its hands on the steering wheel. What a small bubble FSD fans are. Okay, these people are not in a hurry. And look at the yellow Goldwing. I used to have one like that, but not with the two wheels in the back. Motorcyclists sweating in their leather outfits with their helmets on. Bomal, popular destination. That's what you call forcing your way. Please let me know in the comments below. Do you feel safe with FSD on these roads? And is it worth €3 per day for you? €3. That's just a little beer, small beer. It's even difficult to find a beer for €3 in Belgium. It's usually €5. But for one small beer per day, you can drive FSD if you have a Tesla. For the time being, you need to have a recent Tesla hardware 4, AI 4 computer. But soon you will buy a second hand with AI 3, hardware 3 computer, and you can actually do exactly the same as today with this one. Two and a half years ago, I have been specially watching carefully to buy a hardware 4. I knew what was coming, and I was really right. We are 2 kilometers from our destination, where we'll take a rest, and then I will say bye-bye till the next video. Next is from Durbuy to more south, Bouillon, on the French border, through another nice part of the Ardennes. Please subscribe and enjoy any FSD experience. drinken? Barvo. Barvo is the village next to Durbuy. But Durbuy is a city, although it's very tiny. It is. It used to be the smallest city in Wallonia. I'm not sure about it anymore because Durbuy, because of its successful touristic attractions, it actually became a real city. But before it was a village with the name city. Hotel de Ville. It will find a parking next to a bakery behind the roundabout to the left. Friterie Snack. You can see the tourists are walking, looking for something to eat. We are going left around the small roundabout. And we go to the left. And I suppose there will be some eateries. Mama Gusto. Gaat iets kopen in de Spar?
Oh, kun je eens doen om te drinken wanneer je
Ja.
wacht.
So, it has found a parking space. But the parking spaces are not perpendicular. What will it do? Can it go next to this BMW? Okay, I will take over. No? What will it do? Will it select another parking? It probably has seen that on the other side of the BMW there is a more easy parking. Okay, it's a little bit shaky, but it does a very good job. Very good. A little bit more. Alertness of the driver was high. Okay, thank you very much. Bye bye.